Question facing all of us today, AI, and whether AI has already come for our jobs.
Concerns are growing about AI replacing some human workers.
So if you open YouTube or even the news, or you look pretty much anywhere, everyone's talking about how salaries are low, they can't get hired, the economy is horrible, and AI is taking all of our jobs. And those are all valid points. But what my question is, the folks that do end up not being replaced by AI, are they going to be satisfied with the work they're doing? Those are all valid questions. So I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say there's going to be a lot of people who aren't going to be replaced by AI. The worst thing about all this is that a ton of people will keep their jobs and they will like their jobs even less than they do. I know everybody hates their job. Everybody says, I don't want to work, but you're going to like your job even less than you do now. Let's talk about the IKEA effect. We all know what IKEA is. If you don't, it's the place that you go to. There's a warehouse, there's a showroom. They got whole setups, whole environments that you can explore at IKEA. But when you buy the actual furniture, you're putting that furniture together. Depending on your skill level, you might spend, 2-3 hours. You might spend 8 hours putting it together. Who knows? But you're going to put that furniture together. And the psychology behind that is that since you put that furniture together, you'll enjoy it and appreciate it and feel that much more satisfied with your purchase because you put it together. And it wasn't really that hard because IKEA gives you everything pretty much pre-made to put together. So also think of it like this. If you win the lottery and you don't put any work into winning the lottery and you just played a number, you got lucky and you win $50 million. Of course, you're going to be over the moon. But imagine you're somebody who literally has grinded for 30, 40 years and you make $50 million. The person that grinded for that money is a lot more likely to, first off, keep that money. And they're a lot more likely to appreciate every single dollar, every single cent of that $50 million because they built it. For 200,000 years, the human experience and human satisfaction has been surrounded by effort. Whenever you hear somebody win an award, the first thing they're doing is talking about how hard they work to do it. They're thanking everybody that's helped them. And it's really about the journey. At the end of the day, the thing that really grabs people, that really pulls people in, are stories about a very difficult journey that got them to where they want to be. One story that I think about in these situations is Steve Harvey telling a story about how he was taking a shower in the bathroom because he was homeless in a public bathroom, and someone came in there and he was embarrassed about, having to wash up in the bathroom, that he literally, with no clothes on, ended up standing on the toilet in the stall to make sure that no one could see his feet and know that he was taking a shower in the bathroom. And that story stands out so much because you're thinking about how hard that must have been and how that all paid off in the end for him. And that's what AI is really doing for us. It's turning us all into middle managers. There used to be an entire class of workers that all they did was take the first pass. When I was started off and I was in consulting, my job was to take the first pass, put the deck together, put this essay together, put something together, and then people look at it and then it goes from there. Now we're at a point where people are still putting the first pass together at the lower levels, but they're pretty much tweaking what AI did. So everybody has basically become a middle manager. You're basically a middle manager or you're the boss, but nobody is doing the initial effort work. Because think about it, when ChatGPT writes a first draft for you and you edit it, you still were the editor. You weren't the writer. And psychology shows us that supervising others is draining while creating is fulfilling. And obviously that may be a bad example because not everybody likes creating the first pass at something at work that they might not even care about, but the act of creating something is fulfilling. And let's say you create something that's amazing at work and everybody loves it versus you just made something with ChatGPT. I'm sure, if people love it and they compliment you on it, you'll feel pretty good at something you made with ChatGPT, but you won't feel as good as you would if you would have put that together from complete scratch and it was just only came from your head. It's like the ultimate compliment if someone says, this is amazing, you did a really great job. At the end of the day, AI is being sold to companies as something that allows their employees to kind of offload a lot of that cognitive load and be more creative, which I completely agree with. Employees should be more creative. Employees should take their creativity to the next level. If you're just simply drafting something, editing it, and moving on, you're not going to get the most out of that situation at all. At this point, it's kind of like we're outsourcing critical thinking now. Like we're allowing AI to think deeply about things, do amazing things. And at this point, it's able to surf the web and, look through its inventory of all these ideas and pictures and everything like that much faster than we can. But we're outsourcing the fun part of being a human to AI. And again, if you become really great at doing this, make sure that you're also implementing your own level of creativity, because you can end up being very successful with the partnership with AI and still have an imposter syndrome, feeling like you didn't deserve to get there and not really feeling fulfilled in whatever you're doing. So as humans, we're always afraid to make mistakes already. But listen, I'm going to give the same advice as I've given for years before AI ever came out, is that sometimes it's satisfying to make mistakes. It's satisfying to make mistakes and then not make those mistakes in the future. There's just something about progressing, something about the leveling up game, the gamification of life that humans get a kick out of. Find parts of your job that you could do with ChatGPT that you just decide not to. Like maybe you usually use it to draft your emails. That's something that's easy. That's not really that creative. It's something that, pretty decent use of it. But let's just try not using it for an email, typing it the old fashioned way and just seeing how you feel. Because when I type something from scratch these days, or where I write something from scratch and, it's completely written by me, not reviewed by any AI or anything, I can't lie, I feel pretty good about it. I feel like, okay, like I'm back to, I still got it. And then also focus on those soft skills, because beyond, again, AI doing work for us and being so efficient at those hard tasks, they will start to take jobs for people who don't have those soft skills. So listen, be great at interacting with humans, be great at being creative, be great at being a human being, and you can never be replaced by AI. If you bring a human factor to it, you can never be replaced by a robot. And really, my personal advice for this is just really looking at life as an opportunity when you do use AI to just take what you do to the next level. Let's say you're a writer. Let AI take your writing to the next level. Let it review things, write the first draft of whatever you're doing, and then augment that with AI. If you're a great speaker, or you're a great singer, or you're a great somebody that is really good at using their voice, you can use AI to make illustrations for you. Well, I know some people are going to say, well, there's illustrators and there's artists, but guess what? If you're an illustrator and you're an artist, there's no way that somebody who's not an illustrator and not an artist, there's no way that they're going to be able to do better than you. There's no way that a movie director is going to get out-directed by a person that's using AI. There's no way. There's no way that that's going to happen. So augment what you already do, make it better. But at the end of the day, just think about it like this. A samurai with the sword versus a regular person with the sword, who's going to win every single time? Hey, as long as it's not the next level up, which is a pew pew, as long as it's not that, the samurai stands no chance of losing. If you're a creative and you use AI to augment what you do, there's no way that you can be replaced or surpassed by anybody that's using AI, because they are not as good as you at that topic. Because I know everybody thinks the world is going to end once AI checks in and the data centers are going to dry up all the water and, everything is going to fall apart and blow up. But at the end of the day, the economy will survive. Humanity is going to survive AI. But are you going to let it take away your sense of self, your sense of pride, and your creativity?